All right, guys, I'm back with episode 23 of Let's Talk. So let's talk. Now, if you guys click this video, it's most likely because in the title, obviously, it's Let's Talk episode 23, but it also says after that, Let's Talk headphones. And being that recently, within the last 2 weeks, I posted the unboxing review as well as a tour on the Logic 3, the Fried by Logic 3 headphones, the T350 model. Videos, I did the online tour of the page for those headphones. The description was like the Bible, like a recitement of the Bible. And then I did the unboxing review video like about a month or two before this. Only in this last few weeks I actually uploaded it because of editing. It took a long time. I'm gonna have to re-upload it because I really got to re-edit it. The camera's quality, I don't know. If you put it in HD, it doesn't look HD, but I don't know. I gotta fix that. I think that was maybe the shaky camera, and adding so many different stabilization uh, add-ons to the video from YouTube's stabilization feature. Sorry, not add-on, and the Adobe Premiere Elements 10 add stabilization as well as the auto stabilize on my camera. That I think is what screwed it up because all these stabilizations being added, screwed up against the view. I don't really know exactly why, but I gotta look that up. Anyways, so I thought instead of also just only putting it on as a comment, comment too, as an annotation or a speech bubble, a note, whatever you want to put it as, an annotation. I'm gonna. Sorry, I don't know if you guys hear my computer's fan. You rarely ever hear it. You guys just saying, nobody cares. But just earlier today, I had to change the cord. It's not that the cord stopped working. My iOS cord does not work with my phone. So it's not that it doesn't work with my phone. It's cut out, right? Excuse me. So I had to resort to the Android cable. Now, the one thing I've caught on with as far as the Android cable goes and compatibility with an iOS device is that when taking calls, only in the last month or so has this actually started to be an issue. My friends or family, whoever I'm talking to, um, at some point in the call, usually around like 2-3 minutes into the call, stop hearing me. And now it could also be the wind, right? Because now is when it's starting to get more windy. So back, a few months ago, like a month or two ago, it wasn't as windy. Well, I should say like more like 4 or 5 weeks ago, not months ago. Sorry. Um, it wasn't as windy as it was now. I don't think really it was as snowy as it was now. Definitely, like in the last month or two, I should say. I think we got more snow. Like last winter was definitely much worse. We had the blackout that lasted, I think, like 2-3 weeks in some parts of the GTA. A buddy of mine was actually out for the full, I think, 2 week extent. I don't remember if I was out for that long. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I was out for more than like 2 days. Um, it was shit without heat, guys. It was really shit. It froze my ass off. Um, I ended up staying. Me and my mom ended up staying next to our like heater, right? And I don't know how that heater ended up dying on us because it's a plug-in heater, and we had like a little portable generator, right? Like it's like I think a 500-watt generator. It's not five. I don't know how many. It's a small generator, guys. Like it was maybe about the size of like a little end table. Like you can put it on top of that, like that big. Um, Maybe the size of like two shoe boxes, maybe four shoe boxes in height, and two in width. Like just to give you guys like a rough estimate, like a proper cube, like a cube size. So it was a decent size. I'm not gonna lie. It was something like that, and then we use that to power up a heater, charge a phone. So when my phone would die, I'll charge it, and she would charge her phone while my phone was working, and then my phone when her phone was working. And if the generator had died somehow, we would charge it with our car. No, my mom's car at the time, I think it was a Volvo 860i. I don't remember. what Volvo it was. It was a 95 hatchback. It was one of the coolest cars I've ever ridden. I got to drive it a few times. Now I'm not going to say whether or not I have a license, but just mentioning that should clue you guys into if I have one or not. I'm not going to say it on video. For those of you who don't get that, some things are left unsaid. Better left unsaid. Anyways, stupid, I know. So back on topic. So the iOS cord for my headphones stopped working. It cuts out. If I jiggle the cord around, it really, I hate this because the cord is woven, right? So this is the only thing I've had issues with this cable type, like woven cable. With my Skullcandy Rasta 3 headphones. They were amazing headphones for $60 or $20, however much I paid for them. I don't remember. With all these headphones that I've bought, man, Jesus. But by far, you're gonna say, other than the cord quality and the noise cancellation quality, the headphones are spectacular. The paint around. If you guys look at the side plates, like where the Ferrari prancing horses are, that plate that comes off on both sides, it doesn't come off, but just on both sides, that part of the ear cup, the paint starts to scratch off very easily. Not very easily. Like I've dropped it 2 times. But not that I've dropped it, I've fallen 2 times. So it was on snow and salt, and I think the salt started to maybe melt away a bit of the paint. I don't know, but definitely nothing you can't touch up with a bit of like marker or something. I don't know. I'm not going to use marker because they're expensive headphones, right? I'm not going to use like a Sharpie or a Permy. I don't know. But nonetheless, the cord is a bit of a pain in the ass when you have to get that replaced. So what I was thinking of is saving up some money through work when I get a job, by the way. Yes, finally, I'm going back to work. I've been unemployed for what, almost a year? Actually, no, I think it's been more than a year. No, come this April, it'll be a year. I think I quit my job last year on April the 18th. I don't remember. Roughly around the middle of April. So, it'll be almost a year, which is really bad. But, come this April, I'm going to Winners and asking for my job. Now, I'm just going to ask you guys this because I need a little bit of some, friendly advice, guys. I asked my mom this and my family and friends. But for those of you who don't live in TO, Toronto, or don't live in Canada, actually, if you guys live in South America, like the United States, or you live in Europe or Asia, I know the United States isn't a continent; it's a country. But I'm just saying, like, if you guys don't live in Canada, anywhere else other than Canada, and you tried getting a job, what is something you would go through? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a friend of mine works there. She's worked there, I think she said 3 years. I don't remember if it was 2 years, 3 years, however long it was, or a year or something like that. I had a couple friends that have worked at Winners, not the same location, but they've worked at different Winners locations. One who has worked at, I think, more than 5 different like locations of TJ Maxx, like of I think it's TJ Maxx, right? The actual like franchise that owns those 3 companies, like HomeSense, Winners, and Marshalls. Now in the last week we've had at my location where I'm doing co-op. Um, there's been 2 new employees. Now what I don't get, okay, I know for the one person, the woman was hired because of the fact that the zone that she's she's going to work in, they haven't had a zone worker for like almost like 7, 8 months. According to the buddy, sorry, not my buddy, my friend that works there. It's a girl. Don't want to be sexist. So she said that's probably why I didn't get hired, and she got hired, like so quickly. Now she said she didn't know that there was another kid working there. I'm assuming he's a kid. He looks like a young guy, youngster, somewhere around 20s, I would say, the oldest. Now I don't know if he got hired. To be honest with you, I know he did the last day of training. She got hired. I know why she got hired. Again, she had to do the zone working though. But I don't know about him for sure. But if he got hired, which the only thing is, I'm hoping he got hired so I can use that as like a crutch. Because now it could also be that, again, I don't got a whole lot of experience that she knows about. On my resume, I got it's a double-sided resume, right? I'm trying to keep it as on one page because my mother works for a big name company and she has to do the accounting and she has to read all the resumes and all the applications that people send in and all this and all that. And she says if within the first 5 seconds, the like if she's not if it's not appealing to her, most likely she's not going to go back to it. Now, mainly she skips the resumes and just goes to like the cover letter or other way around. I don't remember what she said, but either way, she should know, right? She does this for like not for a living. She does this part time here, same company, but she does this some days, that some days, this some days, that some days. So she's all over the board. She works her ass off. So can't blame her. Um, Sorry guys, I was getting a call on my phone. So excuse me. Dry throat. Don't know why. Anyways, so as far as it goes, hopefully I'm gonna get this job at Winners. I've also tried applying at Fortino's, Shoppers. Oh, I have to send my applications, so I can't really say I've tried applying. I have the applications for them two stores. My next stop would honestly be Toys R Us. I used to love going there as a kid. Now that makes it sound like I went there so often. I really never went there, but I used to love the thought of Toys R Us back when they didn't have all these freaking shit toys of fucking Barbie. Okay, they always Barbies, but like they got Yu-Gi-Oh cards. To be honest with you, as a kid, I loved collecting Pokemon cards. I had a buddy of mine, guys. He used to come over every like Wednesday and I think Friday. Like I was maybe like 9, 10 years old at the time, right? And I know it's a little old to be playing with Pokemon cards. I think I don't know. Jesus Christ, I got friends in high school, guys, that still play Pokemon. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know. It's just a thing. I'm not gonna hate on them. It's a thing. Whatever you do, do you? I know. I just use a Mountain Dew reference. Uh, but I know this has nothing to do with headphones. I just want to get this out of the way. Um, and he had a whole like a big bag, a Ziploc bag of Yu-Gi-Oh freaking cards that were in mint condition. Every one of them was in their own card sleeve. Like my cousin Nicholas does that for his hockey cards. And hockey cards, especially the ones he has the collectible ones, right? My cards are collectible, but they're also creased. So that's only one of the two things that are really worthy of saying. But I got some Gretzky's, but I don't know if they're worth anything, right? Like they could just be like um not mocks. I don't remember the word I'm thinking. It's replicas. Um, I know it starts with an R. I don't remember if I don't know if it's replicas, but I heard it like 2 days ago. Anyways, so as far as it goes with that, like selling hockey cards these days, the economy, guys, making a buck is like super hard, right? Like to make a true dollar. I'm talking about like good money. So you can go boom, like, snap of a finger, you make $500. When these days, like that was like too many years ago, right? Let's just say as an example. Whereas these days, to make $500, people are willing to go a lot farther just to do that. Since the economy with the government, especially in Canada and in the United States, all around the world, it's poverty in some ways. But in Toronto, if you guys have grown up in Toronto, especially, I did for the first 4 to 5 years of my life. Excuse me, not in like the ghetto of Toronto, so I don't know exactly what that's like. But I have a friend who grew up just, I'll say maybe about 20 minutes away from like the Jane Finch area, and well, grew up. Like he was raised there, not necessarily grew up. I want to say raised, like grew up, but well, he was raised, he grew up there, but he was raised there from I think 3 years old to like 7 or 8, and like he knows pretty much what it's like to have to like bank for your buck, what I mean? So to say, like not like steal, but he knows the extent. Like when it comes to living in Toronto, it's absolutely ridiculous. Insurance is a lot higher. Like in certain parts, like it depends. It's literally street by street. It's like that everywhere. I think street by street, your insurance varies. I can live on one side of the street and on the other side of the street and have two different insurance rates. So that kind of really is what screws you over because on one side of the street it can be a really busy side, like the busy side that is like maybe like a main intersection type of thing. On the other side of the street it can be leading to a side road where there's not as much traffic. It's like a low traffic area, and the insurance is less. Now it also counts, as the crime rate in that particular part of the area. But anyways, nobody really gives a shit about insurance. We're talking about headphones, so I don't remember how I talked about this. I really don't. I went saying about I wanted to get the Beats cable, and then I have to work for it when I get a job. Yada yada. Talking about friends with winners and this and about that. Wow, I got off topic, didn't I? Anyway, so like I was saying, I wanted to get the Beats cable because at least the Beats cable is compatible with Android, Windows, BlackBerry, iPhone, especially iPhone guys. That's like the biggest thing. I don't want to get a cheapy cable though. I don't want to get the fake one. I would spend a little more money, like $5, $10, $15, however much it is. Actually, let me look that up. So I can be exact and get like a proper Beats cable. I'm actually gonna look this up on eBay. eBay. Thank you. Oh my goodness. eBay. Thanks. So, the reason for that is because again, my headphones are not cheap headphones. I'm not saying that show off. I'm just saying, like John Donahoe, man, that hoe. I'm just kidding, guys. So it's kind of like going and getting a Beats cable for like a pair of like wireless headphones that are like $5, for instance. I know they don't cost that much. They're a little more expensive than that, like 50, depending on where you get them. I got a whole bunch of wireless headphones. A whole bunch. I've had maybe like 3 pairs in my whole entire 17 years of my life. Such a long life, I know. Beats. Oh my lord, why is it Beats by Dre headphone cable? Why the hell did it take you back to Google? The fig? Ah. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I have to use the bathroom so bad. Nobody cares. I'm just gonna mute my mic though. Oh, sorry, guys. That was a loud yawn, or not yawn, but sigh. Oh my god, what do I click? Yes? God, I don't want to freaking run these scripts. Oh, excuse me. That was kind of gross. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm burping like crazy. Excuse me. I think a burp fest up in this. Up in this. Oh my god. I don't want. Oh. Oh. Beats by Dre Table. Oh, bloody hell. See, the shit thing is, I don't know if these guys have the real cable, right? $20, Jesus Christ! I can get myself a new pair of headphones for that price, man. See, they think okay, like I know what the fake ones look like because where I used to work, I used to sell the fake headphones. But no, some of them were fake, some of them were stolen. Not naming where I've worked for that particular reason. We used to get people like coming in and out of that store, like, well, stolen. I know some like we used to get like one or two pairs like a month, one or two, one if anything. Which isn't a lot. Those aren't the Beats Pro cables. Oh my god, is that what they look like? Wow. Sorry. So the reason why I'd rather get the Beats cable is because at least I know it's not woven. Now the thing of that, and it's got the right angle jack. I like that a lot more than the straight angle. One, because if I I just have a habit of like having my phone on a table, and the cord's long enough, and then I go like let's say like my desk, and from my desk, let's say to my dresser that's next to my desk, um, and whatever. It's not like the phone goes flying. It's if the cable comes out, or if it's in my pocket and I happen to lift my arm up and accidentally remove the cable, that the jack doesn't get stuck in my phone, where because or that it doesn't snap, which has never happened to me in the freaking 10 years that I've been collecting headphones. So I doubt it ever is going to happen. But you never know, right? You don't want to ever find out. So, and that's the reason why I'd rather get a Beats cable. But this is the reason why I'd rather get the real one. And unless you get a pair of Beats headphones from a retailer, obviously. Like I'm looking at the ads on Beats on eBay, um, for a pair of Beats Solo 2. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't see those Solo 2s. Um, the Studio Wireless are actually expensive as shit. I'm sure you guys knew that. Just saying. Like you look at the Studio, the regular Studios, those are $269.95. Then you have, oh, mind you, that's what $10 and 4 cents more. Oh no, it's 14. 100 $110.04 more. It goes from $269.95 to $379.99. So I think personally, at almost $400 for headphones. Now I'm gonna say this too because my headphones retail for almost $400. So roughly around the same price as the Beat Studio Wireless. So in that case, I would actually go with the Studio Wireless, but only because again for wireless capabilities, $400 as opposed to these headphones that don't fold and a couple other things like the noise cancellation is not as good. So to the Beats, I do got to hand them hands down. I got to hand it to them for that. But other than that, there's not very many things that I really do like about the Beats that I don't get from here. Like the one thing I like about the Beats again that I don't get from these headphones is the noise canceling. The bass, I think, on these headphones, my Beats, my studios were actually really good. I'm not gonna lie, they were all right. Not for the price, because again, my mom paid, or no, I paid them. I saved up my money. Yes, I saved up my money, and I paid for them. It was my confirmation, right? So I paid for them. I got like almost $1,000 in money, guys. Lots of money rolling in. I paid for like my literally the whole the party or whatever the reception at the restaurant. I paid for that with my own money earned. Well, I paid for a portion of it, so I can say I had a cut of the action. But definitely, I want the one with the sorry, I'm stuttering with the control talk Because again, this is the main reason why I have the Android cable, because it has the microphone. It doesn't have the volume, but at least it has the microphone. So if it's a straight line like I have now, because I'm going to stick with that, I don't get very many calls, so I'm not going to really have that much of an issue with holding my phone, because I got gloves, right? And even if I don't, holding my phone when I talk, it's not really that much of an issue. Now the only thing is, I'm worried that now in the winter, because I don't got a case for my phone. Um, my case is shit, and it scratches the glass of my phone, so it's a cheapy dollar store case, right? I don't want to put on my phone. Um, so I might be getting a new phone come next year. Next month. For my birthday. Might. My mom said might, possibly. Thinking about it. So that's probably a no, but you never know. I know she knows that I want it. She knows I need it. No, need it. Like I need it, but I don't need it. I need it because my phone really is shit, but it's still in working condition. So I need it, but I don't need it. I don't have to have it, but it would be a good thing to have. As like a replacement. Now, having headphones that cost $400 that lack noise cancellation quality, clarity is absolutely not. There is absolutely 0% lack. Sorry, of clarity and sound quality is absolutely, it's pristine quality. Now, the issue that I had with the noise canceling is it's ambient noise canceling, so it's only going to cut out the ambient noises, which it does a great job at. Don't get me wrong, but ambient, if you guys don't know the real definition, I don't know that. But my definition of ambient noises are like white noise. Like if I'm going to use something that's going to crack me up, so pardon my laughing. If a fly farts, you will probably hear it, even though the noise canceling's turned on. You know what I mean? So it's shit like that, guys. That is anybody watching this? Okay, good. So it's safe. Well, you're watching this, but I meant like live. That somebody watching this live isn't going to look at me and be like, "Well, there he is, another idiotic joke. If a fly farts, wow." I'm just, you know what I mean, though, guys. Like I can go with any chord. It doesn't matter, but I'd rather go with a good chord, right? Because I would personally prefer to have something that is worth, the price. Like I'm looking at some of these cables. They got some for 99 cents, and they got one for $5.95, and they get all cables that are under $6. Or no, the most it can be is $6. There's one for $6. Original OEM Beats by Dre audio cable, aux 3.5 millimeter universal cable, yada yada yada. It gives you all the stereo encoding and all that shit. So I'm looking at this like it's worth it in some cases, because if you look at it in the long run, you get a pair of headphones, guys. See, the thing about the Beats cable that I don't like is it's rubberized coated. Rubberized textured. So it's a little more liable to snap, whereas the woven one isn't. Now, I'm not saying that it's automatically going to snap. I know it's going to snap. It's not. I don't know if it's going to snap that easily. Like, I don't think anybody in the world has ever done a durability test on the cord. I could be wrong. I don't know. If you guys know that, leave me a link in the description of this video. The comments of this video. Single Russian ladies, the fuck? What the hell does that have to do with fucking beef cables? I don't know. But definitely though, guys, when it comes to headphones like these, $400 headphones, and I've already had to substitute to the Android cable because the iOS cable stops working properly. It's really disappointing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's obvious. It's not like you wouldn't think that, but coming from somebody who's an absolute basshead, a freak with headphones, I absolutely cannot get enough of them. I would honestly put these aside just because of the cord being so damageable. Like it's so easily damaged. Now it's also the way that I store it, right? Because I wind it up. I don't like. I don't know if there's like just store your cables in the pouch. I always put the cable in the pouch. When I'm not wearing the headphones, I detach the cable, put the cable in my knapsack. The headphones in my knapsack, cable in the pouch, which is inside the top pouch of my school bag and all that. So, by the way, the knapsack is a school bag. I just used two different names. Don't know why. I just realized it. Uh, but I just think personally, though, guys, it gets a little annoying because, when you have to change the cable multiple times, I think it can get to the point where people just don't want to have to do that. Like, I don't want to have to stay there for like 5 hours, um, you know, listening to something, and then out of nowhere, I got to change the cable. Like that's a real pain. But as far as it goes with anything else, I wouldn't want to have to, use a pair of headphones that are expensive and change the cable. Now, in this case, that is exactly what happened, which is unfortunate, right? These are not cheap headphones. $400, unless you're rich, is not something that you can play around with. So, no, you don't have to be rich to play around with them. Maybe you found $400. I don't know. But you guys get my point. I don't want to be able to I don't want to even be able to say that I might need to change it, because then that really decreases the value of the headphones. And the fact that I said I might have to change it kind of shows that, in some ways I'm a little insecure about my products. So, being that Logic 3 partnered and co-branded with Ferrari, one of the biggest names in European Italian exotics, Italian European, is really it's kind of a shame. I'm not gonna lie. I'm Italian, has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But well, if you Italian and Ferrari is an Italian manufacturing company that makes cars, and actually, apparently, they're going to be making an SUV unless they already have. Porsche's already done that, but Porsche and Mercedes and those are German. Lamborghini isn't, obviously, but like I'm looking at it like this. Ferrari being so big, as big as they are, I'm not saying that they're the best of the best. I think in certain cases, by far, they're the best of the best. They're far from it. Sorry, not by far. But in most cases, you're looking at a company like Ferrari that makes cars that are by no means cheap. Like when you see a Ferrari in a rich neighborhood, that doesn't surprise you. When you see a Ferrari in the ghetto, depending on what type of ghetto you live in, if you live in like fucking Compton, you can probably steal the Ferrari. That's different. But I'm talking about like if you see a Ferrari in Jane and Finch, like I'm referring to the Toronto ghetto, right? The worst part in the province to live in, Jane and Finch. That turns heads. Now, it turns heads anywhere, really, depending on how often you see it. Like where I used to live like 3-4 years ago, seeing a Ferrari wasn't that big. Now, mainly because it wasn't necessarily it wasn't a rich area by any means, but it was an area that had rich people in it. Like majority of the people there had lots of money because it was an area that was filled with it was an older area, right? The people that were living in there were a little older. There was the older audience, the older, I don't know. So a majority of the population of that particular area in the GTA were older. They were more elderly. So, they had more money due to the pensions or whatever, however they got the money, to buy these cars. Like a friend of my mom's has probably, I'd say, like over 20, 30 cars. Collects them. So that goes to show you the passion for cars. Now, Ferrari, being as expensive of a company as they are, I can say this about a billion other, exotic or luxury car companies, but I'm bringing up Ferrari since they are the company that Logic 3 went to co-brand with. Being that they got all the money to produce $400 headphones that by far look very nice, they, I think, in some terms, are above the beauty that Beats by Dre Studios actually emit. They are more good looking and more appealing to the human eye than the Beat Studios, in my opinion. Now, for certain things, for other things, flashy wise, if you want something that's comparable to the Beat Studios, the P200s, I think by far would be the easiest thing that Ferrari can compare to the Beat Studios. Now, Fry should have done a lot more because I cannot, even though I have my headphones registered, I don't believe I can go and ask Logic 3 to ship me an extra cable or like a replacement cable due to the fact that I can just easily say, that I want this because, my cable snapped. And then, they're going to ask me for the headphones back or they're going to ask me for the cable back, but then I can have no guarantee that they're actually going to replace the cable. But if someone steals my headphones, it's the same story. So you spend $400 for the headphones. In my case, it was only $100, but even $100 is still expensive. Not something I can play around with. I don't got lots of money, so I went and got these headphones because I knew they were a lot of money, and for $100, being you saving $300, you know, what better of a deal can you get? You're getting, let's say, a $300,000 car for like 10 grand, for instance. That's like an insane ass amount. You're saving freaking what? $290,000? That's great. So the crazy thing now is the cable on these Ferrari headphones, the T350s I'm talking about, which I believe the T250s have the same cable, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they do. That is like the T350s are the Beat Studios. I made this reference in comparison in the description of the video of the unboxing review. And the T250s are the Beat Solos or the Beat Solo HTs. I think they're a slightly bigger size, a slight. Sorry, I'm thinking I got another call. Sorry about that. So anyway, sorry about that. As I was saying, um, I think personally having to spend over $200 on a pair of headphones should automatically mean you will never have to replace the three cords that they give you. Now, they give you three cords as an option if you have an Android phone or a non-iOS device phone, like a non-iOS device, sorry. Or if you don't have an iOS device, you have the Android cable, or you have the one button remote cable, or you have the straight line, which is with neither the control talk or the one button. So the fact that they give you the option is fantastic, which for $400, even $100, you would expect it. Now the thing is, like when you look at the Beats Pros, the headphones themselves, the actual headphones, are practically indestructible. That's more or less what I got these. These are made out of aluminum, crafted steel, like car steel, right? And that by far is, I wouldn't be worried about snapping these anytime soon. Or at least not from the way I use them. I'm not going to say like run these over with a Mack truck or anything, insane or crazy like that. But in all reality, looking at this in a logical sense, I think, personally, if I had to go and buy a pair of headphones, as like I just said, over $100 or more in price, I wouldn't want to have to be able to say that I might have to change the cord. Or you know what? Actually, let's keep it a little more fair. For $250 and more expensive, from $250 and higher in price, I wouldn't want to be able to say that I might have to change the cord. I wouldn't want that to be a thought. Period. Now, you might say that because you maybe don't like the cord. That maybe is like the only exception. But the cord I really liked. I like the fact that it was woven because, it has a little more leeway and a little more give from snapping. It's not going to snap as easily. Or it's not going to, like break. Whereas, the plastic rubberized coated cables have a little more tendency to snap or break. Now, in most cases, it's really rarely going to happen. You never really hear about it much. So, personally, they don't pay as much attention to the cables because the headphones are the main thing that you guys are buying. Now, that's totally understandable. By all means, that's what they're going to do. They're going to brand the headphones as well as the cable, but more obviously to the headphones themselves, not the cable. Even though mainly the cable, because it's mainly what drives the headphones sound from the device to the speakers, that's a big thing. And if you don't have that, you cannot use the headphones unless they're wireless. Now, the great thing with wireless headphones, this is why I bought the Beats Studio Wireless, is for around the same price, you get the wireless capability as well as folding and a much more modernized look. That's not as luxurious, but still keeps its flashy sense. So I can kind of give it to Beats by Dre or Beats or Monster in this case. I don't know exactly who owns it now, Apple. That they are very eye appealing headphones, which nobody can disagree. Some people may think that they don't look good like that, but you can't say that they're not appealing. That it doesn't turn your head. You don't turn your head when you see them, regardless of what the reason is. So I can keep that as something that's a fair statement towards the Beats. Now, as far as that goes, I think that's one of the few things that's really good about them. Sound is all right, not for the price though. So that's why we're hating on them, right? Now, if you look at the marketing and the branding and all the financials that Beats, the franchise has put into the headphones, all the line, whether it's the executives, the solos, the pros, the studios, the mixers, the earbud line, it doesn't matter. You guys know what I'm talking about. Monster, when they came out with the beat with the Beats by Dre, when they partnered with Dre, and he made his own line of headphones as a celebrity endorsed headphones line, he started out making lots of money after this because he had all this money to start out with because of his record labels, Beats. Sorry, Dr. Dre being a great producer with the rap industry, had all this money to start with, right? Not a complete billionaire, trillionaire, but he didn't. He was by far lacking in money. Did not lack in money, so he had money to start the company off with. Made the Beats by Dre with Monster. So the fact that they produced most of the components, they branded some of the money towards Monster's profit and as well Dre's profit. So a percentage of the price goes to Monster and the percentage goes to Dre. Then you have the branding that goes to the headphones, right? Then you see the commercials, you see, you know, they have Beats Audio with HP's partnership, HTC One's partner, the HTC phone, the original one, the HTC One original, not the M8. Um, those two contracts ended, unfortunately, but the point is, Dre went pretty much all out when it came to the Beats. Then when his company started, um, production started losing out because people stopped buying because they are really expensive headphones. Can't disagree with that. And that started a lot of controversy. He lost out and he sold the actual franchise or the whatever to Apple. Apple now is starting to lose out in profit because of the fact that same reason that Dre lost out. They're just too expensive. Now, Apple is by far not willing to lose out and lower the price since the fact that people are still buying them, not as many, but people are still buying them, they're going to actually still invest the money. Now, because Apple is one of the leading companies in production in the tech industry these days, they're not really going to lose out that much. Um, Steve Jobs, that's his name, right? Sorry, I'm drawing a blank thought. Sorry, Steve Jobs, may he rest in peace. Whoever is the current owner of Apple, the current CEO, or current head of Apple, whatever, isn't necessarily going to lose out just because people aren't buying the Beats. They'll lose out a lot if people stop buying Apple products, but not necessarily if people stop buying the Beats, because that is an added portion to their profit. So that being said, if let's say for whatever reason I go and buy, let's say, 1,000 pair of the Beats, doesn't matter which ones. I'm gonna go, let's say, with the pros, a couple studios, maybe a couple tons of pairs of Solo HDs, and I'm gonna sell them myself. I automatically, because of copyrights and branding rights and private, and policies, cannot sell them for retail price once I'm selling them, because I'm not an official. I don't have legal authority to sell them for retail profit, which goes under the reenactment laws and the states and all the bullshit and mumbo jumbo, which is obviously something that you wouldn't want to take for granted. You don't want to do that because being that Apple is such a big company, they can file a lawsuit that you're probably not going to be able to afford and your ass and behind bars for the rest of your life. So, I don't know for sure. Again, I really don't know much about the law and all this shit. I'm not a lawyer or whatever. So, when it comes to headphones, I'm saying this billions of times. I'm very upset and angered by the fact that I actually twice now had to change the cord. I'm now relying on the straight line cord. Now, if this cord happens to cut out and stop working, like the iOS cord, the Android cord starts to cut out every once in a while. It does it every once in a while. Again, not really a big issue. It still works pretty well, other than a few flaws. If all three cords stop working, I can't use the headphones. So that's the one thing that I do gotta give kudos to when it comes to non-detachable corded headphones. Now, in the same case, if the cord snaps on a non-detachable pair of headphones, you have to buy another pair of those headphones. Whereas with these, you only have to replace the cord. Now, the cord in this case most likely is going to be more expensive than to buy the headphones in the long run. Because if you buy if you replace all three cables, let's say they're $10 each, you're spending $30. For $30, we all know we can get a pair of somewhat decent headphones, like a pair of like decent headphones. Nothing too fancy schmancy. But when you look at stuff like from Bose, or you look at stuff from Monster, or any company that's big like that, their products are all like their headphones lines. Sorry, all feature detachable cables because of the fact that people know that they're most likely going to want that. Like the Beats Pros have a detachable cable that locks into the actual headphones, as well as the right angle jack. But for the $400-$500 you pay for them, that's totally acceptable. That would be acceptable with any headphones, but just saying. So when it comes to stuff like expensive headphones, you usually always hear have a detachable cable. That's the reason why, because people are most likely going to want that, as it's more of a luxury to have that because of the fact that it's more expensive to create a it's not like a circuit based power. So the power coming from the headphones, this is why most headphones that have a detachable cable either have a built-in battery or require batteries to run. And for that case, also feature noise canceling. Some of them don't. Like the Beat Solos do not go by batteries, as far as I know, but do have a detachable cable. Now, this is why I said most. It's not all, but most. So this is how you kind of get off on another foot. With the 3350s, if I want to replace the cable, now I'm not going back with the same cables because of the fact that I've had to replace these three cables, for instance. I'm not going to replace all three. I'm going to go with just the one Beats cable. But the fact that I have to resort to even getting another cable should basically be enough to say, you know what, I'm not going to go back with the same cables. I'm going to go with another company's cables. I might even go not even with a Beats cable, but I might look up. I'm actually going to look this up now as I'm talking. The best detachable headphone cable. And it's probably going to give me a list or whatever. So these are all, things that are great. Because I'm looking at it like this. I want professional grade quality set of headphones that don't make me worry about ever having to replace the cord. Now, most chances that's really never going to happen. You're always going to worry at some point that you're going to have to replace the cord. Somewhat understandable. Now, I'm looking at the price. I'm looking at like Sennheiser's cords. I know are pretty durable. The Shure HVACA ones are on this list. I had a buddy of mine who had this cable. Now, the fact that this is a coil cable is actually really nice, which is something that's featured on the Beats Pro cable. I'm looking at Sennheiser, right? I want Sennheiser's cables. Now, I want their cables. Sorry, guys. Headphone cables. AKG. I wouldn't mind looking at their cables. These are all headphones and headsets. I don't want that Pioneer. I'm looking at it because, to be honest with you guys, I would be willing to spend lots of money on a cord if I knew that it would be the only cord that I'm gonna need if I'm not gonna have to replace them. I will spend $20 on the cord. I will spend $500 on the headphones if I know for sure they're gonna give me exactly what I want, and I'm never gonna have to replace the cords or the headphones themselves. Now I'm looking at the Pioneer DJ HDJ 500 DJ headphones that a kid at my school, the DJ who does a prom and semi-formal the music, he does all the DJing. He uses these headphones. He really, really likes them, and they're great headphones for $110 or $120, however much you paid for them. The headphones overall are great looking headphones. They're great. They're comfortable. They're really good for $100. And this is why I say for $400, I can get more or less the same quality. Not as easy to find, but I can get the same quality if you look for it hard enough. That gives me something that's decent. I want to say that I don't got to worry about changing the cable. Now this is what I'm harping about over and over and over again. The fact that I have to change the cable really sucks. Because I'm gonna look at the Bose cable, the Baradynamics. I actually like their cables, but I don't want to spend all this money. Because again, when you go with the high-end companies, you go with the high-end price. Understandable, but not necessarily affordable. This is where we're going to come into something more relatable. I bought $100 pair of headphones, or at least a $400 pair of headphones. Sorry, for $100, because that's more or less what I can afford. Even though it was a little over budget, I could at least afford that as opposed to the $400 that they were retail priced. So when you look at that, most people aren't willing to spend $400 on headphones if they don't see them branded in a commercial. Because of the fact, this is why Beats products are so popular. You hear about their commercializing and their advertising everywhere, whether it's through other people's YouTube videos talking about them that they're mentioned, or you see a commercial on the internet, an advertisement on the internet, a commercial on TV, and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna make a part 2 to this tomorrow because I gotta hit the hay. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Rate, subscribe, and comment, thumbs up, like, and share.